So what the tapetum does for the horse is that it allows for more efficient use of what light there is. So you've got a little bit of ambient light out there. They're able to utilize that light more efficiently than we are. However, because of the breakdown, the percentage of rods and cones in our eyes versus their eyes, they're just able to use light more efficiently. They can see motion better than we can. So they can see motion in the dark, but that's about as far as they're getting. Like they're not so much more superior as far as night vision that they can see everything like perfectly, whereas we're like squinting around. So how that applies to training and showing your horse, knowing the difference in the physiology of their eye versus your eye, is that you have to understand it takes their eye a lot longer to adjust to dim light than it does a human's eye. I mean, if you think about it, they are evolved to stand out on the grassy plains and adjust to light changing gradually as the sun rises or sets. That's a slow process. It doesn't just fall from the sky. So their eyes can take up to 45 minutes to adjust from a high light to a low light and vice versa. I have a horizontal pupil that takes a little bit different to dilate. It also takes in light differently. And as you know, if you've been around horses for more than a second, their field of vision is totally different than ours because their eyes are not set on the front of their face like us. They're set off to the side. Peripheral vision means more to them. They lose sight of anything coming at them at about 6 feet out. Okay. So if it's a fence horse, you are at takeoff point. Your stride is 12 feet, and then you add 6 feet takeoff and landing. So you jump from about 6 feet out, you land 6 feet in. And that means when they take off from a fence, they can't see it anymore. They have to do that completely off memory. Same situation with a trail horse. If you think about the distances set on trail poles, by the time you jog into a multiple jog over, they've lost sight of that second pole. As soon as you've loped into a lope over, they've lost sight of that second pole. So they have to do that off of memory. And if they're in a situation where they couldn't necessarily see the upcoming poles when they were out there where they could see them well enough, i.e. you've gone from a really bright warm-up area, like I can think of a couple places where we mostly show outside, but we have the opportunity to show in a covered pen that's usually pretty shadowed. So you can go from really bright exterior light where you're warming up and then get called in to go, through the trail course or go do a working hunter course where it is very, very dark. If you don't give your horse enough time to adjust, and I'm talking, go park him in the shade somewhere. If you can get into a holding area in the covered pen, that's great. If you do those things early enough, like say 15 minutes out, you have given your horses a chance to see in that environment a little bit better. So just giving your horse that time to visually adjust, just far greater than what most people realize. You're going to add, I won't say you'll add to your score, but you're definitely going to give yourself the chance to not have so many penalties. You're not going to go around that trail course like you're Helen Keller feeling your way. And that's probably a terrible thing for me to say. You're not doing trail by braille. Okay? You're not doing it completely by feel.